This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing.
I'm switching lanes so much, man. They can never get behind me, man. Yeah, I'm taking it all away, man. I ain't playing with them, man. One thing is the key, man. It's consistency, man. It don't matter, man, how good the product is, man. If you ain't out there, man, to get rid of it, man, the supply to demand, man, you going down, man. You in it for nothing, man. Get with me, man. I'm starting a whole league, man. Get with me, man. Get with the winning team, man. Cool Green Clothing. We going all the way, and we coming straight out of Baltimore.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm back with another video. In this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be talking about a story that has recently gone viral. A Baltimore woman who operated a daycare is charged with shooting her husband and wounding him, a retired Baltimore police officer, after allegations he had done unspeakable acts to children at her daycare. Before we get into this video, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. If you're rocking with the content, smash that like button. Feel free to share this video with everyone you know. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. Alright, let's get right into it. On Thursday, July 21st, 2022, staffers at the Mandarin Hotel in Southwest DC responded to a smoke alarm in room 853. When they arrived and opened the door, they saw blood on the wall. They left and immediately called 911. Police arrived at the scene around 7:40 p.m. When officers tried to get in the room, they say 50-year-old Shanteari Weems screamed, "If you come in, I'm going to shoot myself." And when they asked about her husband, she yelled back, "F him, he's a child M-word." Her husband, 57-year-old James Weems Jr., shouted that his wife had shot him in the head and leg. According to reports, she allegedly responded by saying, "Shut the F up, I will take you out." For about half an hour to an hour, police negotiated with Shanteari through the door to gain access to the victim. Authorities eventually made their way into the room and detained Shanteari Weems. She surrendered a weapon in her purse and told officers other weapons were in the room, but she did not know where. Her husband was rushed to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to survive. Shanteari Weems owns and operates the Little Kids Castle Daycare located in Baltimore County. The daycare's website quotes Shanteari Weems saying, "I build our kids for them to be better people." The webpage also says, with a structured staff, love, and good character, Mrs. Weems leads the charge of the future generation at Kids Castle CDC. Shanteari and her husband, James Weems Jr., has been married for 5 years and they live in Baltimore. According to his LinkedIn profile, James Weems Jr. served in the military from 1983 to 1987. He later became a cop on the Baltimore police force in 1996. He retired from the department in 2005, then worked as a contract specialist until 2008. He then went on to work in private security. After Shanteari's arrest, a subsequent search of the room discovered 2 shell casings and another firearm in the hotel safe. Officers say they also found a notebook containing handwritten documents, the contents of which could be seen in plain view in the crime scene. According to case reports, the recovered documents contained scribbles that read, "I'm going to shoot the victim, but not take him out." Others read, "I want him to face the world as scum. I hope he gets beat up in jail, and I'm going to paralyze you." 2 others read, "I want these kids to get justice, and you gonna pay. And my only regret is that I didn't put the bullet in your head." One letter in the notebook contained an apology to her babies stating, "I didn't know." The reports went on to say that among the handwritten letters from the crime scene was concluded with what looked to be an informal last will and testament. For legal reasons, I want to point out that all these allegations are alleged. No one has been convicted. All parties are innocent until proven guilty. Okay, let's continue. News reports say when Shanteari Weems was interviewed by detective, she told them she had been told by children, parents, and teachers at the Little Kids Castle Daycare she operates in Owens Mills that her husband had been doing terribly bad things to the children there. WTOP went on to say further on in the interview, Shanteari had driven from Baltimore, Maryland to D.C. on July 20th to meet her husband at the hotel. Some reports say that her husband was at the Mandarin Hotel to attend an event there. WTOP said, according to case reports, Shanteari confronted her husband about the accusation on the night of July 21st. She repeatedly asked him about the allegations. When the argument escalated inside the hotel room, Shanteari alleges her husband began to go towards her. That's when she allegedly retrieved a weapon from her purse and shot her husband. Shanteari also told detectives that she had reported the allegations to authorities in Baltimore. She also said she didn't intend to take her husband's life and that she had thoughts of harming herself. According to records, Shanteari had gotten messages and phone calls from parents and teachers about the allegations against her husband, and she became emotional, leading her to initiate a conversation with her husband that Thursday evening at the Mandarin Hotel. Shanteari was charged with assault with the intent to end a life and multiple weapons charges. Baltimore County Police reported on Sunday that the daycare was closed while an investigation moves forward. Shanteari Weems was scheduled for a preliminary hearing this past Monday, July 25th, but it was continued until Friday, July 29th. Since her arrest, there has been an ongoing campaign online for Shanteari Weems to be freed. With the hashtag #FreeShanteari trending on multiple social media platforms, several GoFundMe pages were set up to pay for her defense but were removed. One managed to raise $3,000 of its $200,000 goal before it was taken down by the site. Supporters also went on to the daycare's Facebook page demanding for Shanteari to be released. At the preliminary hearing on Monday, there were at least a dozen supporters that attended via the virtual courtroom at D.C. Superior Court in hopes of seeing Shanteari Weems released pending her trial. Many people are still asking how they can contribute to her legal defense, with one supporter, Kiana Johnson of the group Harriet's Wildest Dream, telling reporters that Shanteari placed complaints with the proper authorities before, and her cries for help went unanswered. Shanteari's lawyers told the media that they are standing by their client's side, and that they are looking forward to providing Ms. Weems with a vigorous defense. At the time of the incident, Baltimore County Police said their investigation of the allegations was still open, but they declined to provide details due to the sensitivity of the case. Now, as I was finishing writing for this story, the news broke that Baltimore County Police issued an arrest warrant for James Weems Jr. The retired cop faces multiple charges, according to a news release issued by police Tuesday morning. The charges were not specified, but the release said James Weems faced allegations he had done unspeakable harm to at least 3 children while working at a daycare facility. The news release said detectives began to investigate Mr. Weems earlier this month when they were notified of the allegations. Officials said that he was still in a hospital in police custody pending extradition. Wow, fam, this is a crazy story. I am so sorry to the families and children impacted by this terrible and unspeakable situation. I'm praying that justice is served. I hope Shanteari Weems has a fair and speedy trial. If her husband is guilty of these treacherous allegations, I hope he gets what's coming to him. Crimes against children are just unpardonable, especially these types of crimes. I can only imagine what was going through Shanteari's head when she first heard these allegations. The rage, hurt, betrayal, the disgust of such acts against the children she nurtures and watches over, and by her husband of all people. I just can't imagine, fam. And to think this man was a police officer for almost a decade. I am no advocate for taking the law into your own hands, but in this case, I can see why Shanteari became so passionate about finding out the truth and wanting justice. Those teachers, the babies, and their families' lives have been changed forever in the worst way. Fam, tell me what you think about this unfortunate story in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Alright, y'all, that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.